Welcome to today's Seidokan Saturday, Kempo adjunct. And again, the Kempos are just, I use them in my dojo to teach extensions and follow through and explore possibilities and movement and so forth. So, Kempo Yakusoku 16, if you go back to the Nixario through Sunny Gascon or down to Volare or other iterations that have since broken off, you'll see a variety of ways this is performed. But it involves a limb capture, which is always an iffy prospect, but it's a way, just kind of a way to start. It could begin with him grabbing your wrist, which in combatives, and Max again, my good companion here, if we're, right, he grabbed my wrist. This happens, okay? Oh, he grabbed my wrist. This is a very common wrestling. It's a common sumo. It's a common grappling position. So we do get grabs. Trying to grab a punch is a little bit different thing unless he's leaving it out. But if he's like just throwing jabs, no, I'm not going to capture that. But if he takes a big swing at my head, now maybe I have a better chance of capture. So the whole idea of capturing a punch, again, is a controversial thing that MMA and street guys, oh, that never happens. Well, I challenge you on that because I've seen guys in MMA where they're doing this and the guy's throwing his punches and he gets in here, oh, look, I just got in. And guess where we are? I captured a limb. Now, it may not look exactly like what we're doing in the set techniques, but again, these are formal, stylized expressions of movement. So, from an oishi, a stepping front standard punch, hey, I'm going to shift slightly angled side cat stance, and I'm going to perform what's called a dragon trap, which is like my double circle block, but instead of letting this hand come back, it's going to come over, and the second hand is going to grab, and I'm going to trap here. Now, if he's throwing a circular punch, that's a little bit iffier, okay? So there is an alternative method for that situation, which we'll look at in a minute. So from the front punch, cat stance, dragon trap. From here, my front foot is free in a cat stance, and this is very common Shorin-ryu. Boom, throw my kick. After I've kicked here, I'm going to step pulling, which is the direction he wanted to come anyway. I shift my right hand to his wrist, and my left hand rolls in to the elbow, bringing him down just a little bit. Let's do that from the other side. Trap kick, pull, break down. Now, once I have him down a little bit, my left foot, somewhat like we do in Pinyan Sandan, is going to crescent kick and come over. From here, if I squeeze my feet together, I've turned his pinky either straight up or even overturned it to palm up. All I have to do in this position is plant this heel, as we do in Pinyan Shodan, Pinyan Nidan, Seisan. I plant this heel, boom, there goes his elbow. From this point, I step out. If he has hair, I grab it. If he doesn't, I pull his collar up, punch, kick, and face him on guard. That's the whole technique. So going through again, slowish. Cat stance trap. We can, go again. This is another version. Rather than stepping back and kicking off the front leg, and again, this is a distance-dependent decision, I can step right leg back. Now I still kick with the right foot, but this makes it a little easier to do my step back to horse as I pull to the wrist, roll in on the elbow, crescent over, stomp, crack the elbow, come around, grab whatever I can, punch, maigiri, and forward, okay? If it's a roundhouse punch or a circle punch of some kind, I'm not, as I said, I'm not going to dragon trap it because it's going this way away from me. Ah, I've lost it. Oh, no. So in this case, I'm going to here. Then I still can roll that down with or without the kick. I have now a nice little tweedy hold here. This. I can turn and throw and do a variety of things. If I don't want to step over his elbow and crack it, I can just clear this, step through, punch down to the back of the neck, the nape, the flat area. Okay? We can do the same thing. Circle. kick, roll, pull. I can do that here. Maybe he doesn't have hair or a shirt, and there's nothing I can grab to pull up on after I break his elbow. Then I'm just going to step right around, secure, take him to the back of the neck. So those are some variations that occur within the framework. The set standard for my dojo now. Which of all those versions, what's the core, what's the center? And we find this in kata. I just had this in my class just now, that there are variations in when we're doing kata. Do we go straight forward here? Do we do as Shimabukuro does, come around? Do we do as Seidokan does, full throw, full prep, full throw, short prep, short throw, no prep, just a punch? All those little variations are important to understand and know and realize, but within your school, within your dojo, whether you're in Carvajal's dojo or Sensei James's or Diliberto's or Kurt Sieber's or whoever's dojo you're in, their specific idiosyncrasies, that's the wrong word, their specific variations or variant of a technique is what you do in their dojo. Even Toma changed over time. So try to get as close to whatever that core is in your dojo, and then understand that there are other ways outside in other dojos, other styles, other forms of martial art that do it slightly differently. So out of all of those that I just showed, with the left foot back, with the right foot back, with the trap and back, with or without the kick, with the step around punch, step around pull up punch kick, which of those versions is core to my dojo? This is it. Hey, right foot comes back to my cat. I plant and kick. This is, boy, he's sweaty. This is the version I'm doing. If he's sweaty and that happens, oh, that's a good thing to address. Okay? This is part of the problem of catching a punch. Hey, if I go here and I go to pull, oh no! That's okay. I can still kick, punch, do a bunch of things, whatever I need to do from here. So I don't have to get locked in. Oh, I didn't do the technique. I had a student years ago, I taught a technique. He came in a day, a week, whatever period of time later, said, that technique you taught me didn't work. Oh, really? I said, yeah, I did this block, and I did this thing, and I did that, and I knocked him out. But the part where he's supposed to break his elbow didn't break. I said, you knocked him out? Yeah, and you're alive, and you're safe, and yet you're telling me it didn't work because one piece of the puzzle? No. It worked, okay? So, hey, cat stance, capture, kick, pop the elbow, make sure it's popped, pull up, thrust, front kick, guard. Max, you do it to me, so you go from, just so we don't have to dance around and switch sides. Hey! And that is, arigato, Kempo Yakusoku 16, YK 16 from Kempo. All techniques that are within our Seidokan system, but put together in a flow and a finished, complete technique with variations. Hopefully that is something you can break apart, use, find useful in some way for yourselves. Thank you for joining. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, ask a question, do all those fun things. And until next week, as always, let's keep practicing.